What's going on, investors? Welcome back to the channel. I am super happy to be back. So my portfolio is up over 500% year to date, and before I talk about that in this video, I want to talk about Bngo genomics in full details. Okay, the reverse stock split, the meeting that is coming up in the next 4 days. On the 14th of this month, there's going to be investors days where they're going to be talking about the reverse stock split. And also I want to talk about what has been going on with the company in terms of NASDAQ, the listing, if Bngo genomics is going to be bankrupt, and what you guys should expect after Investors Day. Now, I shared with you guys in my most recent video this right here about a new analyst coming to initiate a coverage on the share price of the company with a buy target of $1.75 and the name of the analyst is Constantine Davides from EF Ultin, and of course this person is he is not a 5-star analyst. He has no ranking. The rank has disappeared. And the thing is, Maxim Group analyst Jason McCarthy, when I started to talk about this guy, when he initiated a coverage on the share price of the company, and then when he always appears on the earnings call to ask the CEO or the CBO some questions, yada yada, this guy used to have like 1 star, but right now it has disappeared. Okay, maybe it's because most of the stocks that this guy is covering are literally down year to date, or I don't know. So now before we continue with Bngo, I hope you guys are also into Tesla trade. Okay, I have been telling my patrons all the way from the beginning of this year, back in December, when I jumped in it at around $110, and then since the beginning of this year, Tesla has been rallying. I've been sharing some breakouts with my patron when to buy Tesla, and this is where Tesla closed on Thursday, but on Friday it closed closer to $250, hitting our price target of $250. So if you guys are into Tesla, let me know in the comment section. Now, the first news that I have for you guys is Russell 3000 is going to remove, or has already removed, Bngo genomics. I'm still going to go into Bngo genomics to see if Russell is still holding shares of the company, but according to this news from the 24th of May, okay, last months, you guys can see Russell 3000 among eMode, Asatio among healthcare additions, Innovo, Bngo among deletions. So this Russell 3000, they are going to be removing Innovio and Bngo genomics, and they are going to be adding eMode and Asatio. I don't know these companies, maybe I should check them out. Who knows how they are going to be performing for the rest of the year. So they will be added to Russell 3000. I remember sharing a news, okay, last year when Russell 3000 jumped, added Bngo genomics, and they removed some company. I think it was last year, and everyone was super pumped. Okay, but unfortunately, the executives, they are not doing a job that is good enough for Bngo genomics to stay in Russell 3000. So it has come to this. Russell is going to be removing Bngo genomics. Can you imagine 3,000 companies and your company not even making the list? I mean, according to this name. So if you go further down, you can see the Russell 3000 index will have a new look on the 26th of June after the market opens, when 286 securities will be added and 179 securities will be deleted as part of the annual reconstitution. So it is annually. They do it once per year, I believe. So following are some notable healthcare companies, and which will be added and deleted as per the preliminary annual 2023 Russell indexes reconstitution. So notable additions: SNDL, I know this stock, InMode, Asatio, Viking Therapeutics, and Omero. So notable deletions: Innovio Pharmaceuticals, INO, Bngo genomics, Bngo, Ocugen. Oh my god, Ocugen made the list of deletions. And Clover Health Investment, CLOV. Most of all these companies, retail investors are heavily invested in most of these companies. Bngo, CLOV, OCGN, INO. I mean, retail investors are really taking a massive hit, in 2023. So yeah, this is one news. Now, Genomics, NASDAQ has filed, okay, Genomics. If you take a look at this, you can see non-compliant companies, and Genomics is now officially among the companies that, you know, are not, you know, in compliance with, you know, the NASDAQ, you know, rules. Okay, each trading day, NASDAQ publishes a list of companies that are non-compliant with the continued listing standards. In most cases, a company is added to the list 5 business days after NASDAQ notifies the company about its non-compliance, and is removed from the list 1 business day after NASDAQ determines that the company has regained compliance or no longer trades on NASDAQ. So a summary of NASDAQ's continued listing standards are included in our continued listing guide. The listing rules can be found here, yada yada. Now, if you go down, you can see all the companies that are going to be, you know, they are no more in compliance with NASDAQ. And if we don't see a rally in the stock market, okay, the stock of all of these companies are presently trading below $1. If you go and take a look at all of them, and I mean, as part of, you know, the main rule of NASDAQ listing, so we can easily go and check some of them. Let's take a look at this one, for example, Advanced Health Intelligence Limited. Let me take a look at, you know, where this stock is trading, and you guys can tell, you can already AHI. So the market cap of this company is 61 million US dollars. You can already tell. I think they have performed some kind of, you know, stock split, or, you know, reverse stock split, of course. Okay, and probably that is why they are trading, you know, at 2.1 US dollars at the moment. Look at that, 581%, 1.86. That is, you know, okay. They rallied from 30. Look at that, from 31 cents on the 8th of June. And then they rallied all the way to 2.18. Wow. I think it's a reverse stock split. If not, because I'm not following this company, but it's quite interesting, you know, a stock rallying from 30 cents all the way to now. All right, so let's take a look at another company. For example, let's take a look at this Aclarion Inc. Okay, let's take a look at this company, Aclarion Inc. ACON. So this company, you know, was on 5 days. You guys can see they were trading around $1 1 month. Look at that. You can see, okay, until the 26th of May, they were trading at 60 cents. And then all of it suddenly they jumped to 1.06 US dollars. So this is the kind of thing that we want to see with Genomics, okay? I mean, apart from performing reverse stock split, that is going to, you know, elevate the share price of the company above. Okay, if they perform 1 for 10, for example, 10 for 1 or 1 to 10, then it means, you know, the share price of Bngo is going to jump, you know, times 10. So probably around maybe $5 US or $6 US. So then you guys will come here, you're going to see some massive jump, okay, all the way from, let's say, 71 cents where they closed on Friday to, you know, $6 US. So if not, the share price of the company needs to rally above $1 US so that, you know, they can get out of this non-compliance with NASDAQ, and it needs to stay above $1 US for at least 30 consecutive days, I believe. Anyway, so if you go now, these are the list of all the companies. Look at that, Adamis Pharmaceutical Corporation. I know these stocks. Now, if you go further down, you can see Genomics somewhere there. Okay, so this is Genomics right here, Bngo. It's on the non-compliance letter. I think they received it on the 30th of last month, and May 30th, and so I think they have like 3 months or so for them to get back in compliance. But at the end of this video, I'm going to talk about how Genomics can get back, you know, to NASDAQ compliance, and you know, they are not going to get delisted. So that is the, of course, purpose of this video. Now, just for some educational purpose, if you guys take a look at this, according to ChatGPT, market value non-compliance. Now, if you come here, you can see when a company becomes non-compliant with the market value requirement, it typically enters into a grace period during which it is given an opportunity to regain compliance. The grace period duration can vary, but it is generally a few months. During this time, the company may implement strategies to increase its market value, such as improving financial performance, executing growth initiatives, or attracting new investors. So these are the challenges that Bngo Genomics is going to be facing, okay, going forward. You guys can see they either have to improve their financial performance, or they have to execute on growth initiatives, or they have to attract new investors. But as you guys can see how things are going, Bngo Genomics is going to need to come up with their A game. Okay, the CEO, all the executives, they need to execute, okay, perfectly, if not close to perfectly. They have to execute. They need to sell more software devices. They need to make sure that the share price of the company gets to $1 or stays above $1 once they get there after the reverse stock split. And so that is that from ChatGPT. Now, Bngo Genomics, if you guys remember correctly, on the 2nd of May, okay, we saw this article from Genome Web that says Bngo Genomics seeks reverse stock split, and that is going to be happening on the 14th of June, okay. And I want you guys to know that on the 14th of June, Bngo Genomics is going to be performing, reverse stock split, as most of you already know. And the thing is, rather than choosing a specific reverse stock split ratio at this time, Bngo proposed a range between 1 for 5 and 1 for 10. So we still don't know what it is going to be, if it's going to be 1 for 5 or 1 for 10. We just have to wait. We have a couple of days to go. We have like 3 business days to go. 14th of June is going to be on Wednesday. So I think once the market closed on Wednesday, I'll try to come make some live streaming, and we can talk about it. We can listen to what the CEO has to say about the chief financial officer, what their conclusion is. If you guys have voted in favor of reverse stock split and all other voting things that are presently going on. If not, you can we are going to see the results on that day. But I think Bngo is going to perform that reverse stock split, either we like it or not. Okay, now another information that I have to share with you guys is so reaching a low of on the 21st of April, the share price of Bngo got to 68 cents. Okay, 68 cents. And I think since then we have even gone further lower, closer to 60 cents at one point. And and according to the NASDAQ rule, if a stock stays below $1 for 30 consecutive business days, the company would fall out of compliance with NASDAQ's minimum bid price requirement. I think I shared this already with you guys. So from my most recent page, you guys can see finally they made it into NASDAQ non-compliance, and they have received letter from NASDAQ that they are no more in compliance with NASDAQ, and they risk being delisted from NASDAQ. Now let's talk about Bngo Genomics on share price, okay, because a lot of things has been happening with Bngo Genomics lately. The market cap is now $238 million US. This used to be closer to $4 billion US, guys, back in February 16, 2021. This market cap was closer to $4 billion US. But the thing is, most of us just want the world to be a better place. We forgot completely about, Bngo Genomics is being run by a human, okay, not a robot, okay, by humans. And humans, we always have feelings. We get in our ways most of the time. And unfortunately, the executives are not executing as much as they do. For example, they acquired several companies when they know that inflation was getting higher, Fed was hiking interest, but still the CEO of Bngo decided to acquire 2 companies, one last year, 2 years ago, and that has brought the cash at hand, okay, cash and cash equivalent of Bngo Genomics closer to $100 million US, all the way from about $350 million US. So that is the problem that Bngo is facing right now. They have money only that is going to last, okay, last till the end of the year, till fourth quarter of this year, and nobody knows what's going to happen after that. Of course, they still have at the market offering going on, whereby they are diluting shares, raising fund at the market, and nobody knows. For example, in the past 5 days, let me say 1 month, you guys can see Bngo Genomics was trading at 62 cents, and then it rallied to 79 cents, almost 80 cents. I shared this breakout with my patrons. Just when we were somewhere around there, I told them Bngo was going to rally and it's going to get to 80 cents. And as you guys can see, since the 2nd of June, we got to 80 cents. And since then, the price has, retraced a little bit. So let's see if we are going to break 80 cents or not, because 80 cents seems to be a very strong resistance. Now, you guys can see that since then, who knows, maybe Bngo Genomics even sold the shares of the company down, okay, because they are presently raising money, selling shares, diluting. Look at that, from 80 cents we are back to 73 cents. And of course, the market is negative. We have a lot of events coming up next. We have the Fed meeting coming up next week. All those things are what I share with my patrons to prepare them for what is coming. Time to take profit. Last week we were taking profit because I personally am up like 500% here to date. So I took some profit on Friday, on Thursday, so that I can be on cash should in case when the market opens tomorrow, for example, and I see a significant dip, okay, and I see something that I like according to some of the stocks that I have shared to them, then I can, buy them from the bottom back up. So it's a very simple strategy that, I share with my patrons all the time. It costs about $10 US or so per month if you would love to join. So you guys can see how Bngo price has dropped. Okay, maybe they raised some money, so that's what they expect to do till the end of the year, raising some money and hoping that the business is going to catch up, hoping that more people are going to adopt the Sapphire device. And and also, we don't have any path to profitability for Bngo Genomics. So the average volume has increased. Okay, it used to be $6 million US, but luckily it has increased to like 8 million. I don't know why. Okay, but it has increased. It means Bngo is finding some kind of bottom. If you take a look at this level, you can see we have been here since the 20th of April. Okay, so we are here now like almost 2 months. So it seems we have some kind of bottom right here before the meeting on Wednesday. I'm going to live stream it, or after the market close, I'm going to make a video about it if there's no live streaming. So I will let you guys know about it, and of course I'm going to share, if there is going to be a live stream, I'll share a separate video whereby you can click on notification so that whenever I go live you can see it, or just become a subscribe to the channel so that once I post anything you can see it. Okay, you can receive notification. So that is that about Bngo Genomics. And one thing that I want to touch before we go is that Oxford Nanopore did something that Bngo Genomics was supposed to do. Okay, if you take a look at this title of this article, you can see on the 9th of June, that is of course 2 days ago, Oxford Nanopore Technologies and GeneYX announced the first scalable software solution to advance the future clinical use of nanopore sequencing. Guys, this is big news for Oxford Nanopore. I don't know if you guys are into Oxford Nanopore. This is massive. Of course, I shared buy signal of Oxford Nanopore, like 4 months ago with my patrons as well, and it is up massively. If you go and check out the price action of Oxford Nanopore, ONT.L, I can show you guys right here, ONT.L, Oxford Nanopore Technologies. Let's say past 6 months, you guys can see, look at that, from March, from the bottom all the way to this level. Okay, instead of if you take a look at year to date, you can see they are literally back, just like they haven't, from 256 now they are at 246, unlike Bngo that is down massively. And there are a couple of good news coming up for Oxford Nanopore that most of you guys may not be aware of. I also share them with my Patreon, so yeah, consider. Now this is Bngo year to date, 1.44 to 74, so you can see the difference. Now Oxford Nanopore, instead of them to acquire GeneYX, they went into partnership with them, instead of how Bngo Genomics, instead of Bngo Genomics to go into partnership with what's the name of this company they acquired? I can't even remember. God, my brain. Biodiscovery. Instead of them to go in, partnership with Biodiscovery, they acquired Biodiscovery. And not only Biodiscovery, we have seen several things like that. And so Oxford Nanopore just went into partnership with this company that uses AI, artificial intelligence. This is GeneYX is a generative AI platform for analyzing human genetic data. Okay, so the partnership will kick off with pilot projects to evaluate this software solution within third-party sites. The GeneYX solution is currently used by 4,000 active users in 36 countries worldwide. So that is that about Oxford Nanopore. This is the website of on GeneYX. You guys can see right here, and that's where we're going to end this video. Thanks for watching. Love you guys. Bye bye. Ciao ciao. Remember to smash the like button before you leave. I remember Dio. This is Frontline.